Mr. Showme, Mr. Omodewe, and Mr. Binijesu, we're winding down. But let's wind down this way. We're talking about a nation of multiple nationalities and all of that. Yes. But you mentioned Lord Lugard. There were some points I picked out in some of his comments. So let me just read this comment and we tie all of this in. How do we move forward? That's where we're going to now. So how do we move forward? So he said that he was talking about the typical African, say, lacking in self-control, discipline, and foresight. His thoughts are concentrated on the events and feelings of the moment. The African appears to have evolved no organized religious creed. He lacks the power of organization. He loves the display of power. He lacks apprehension and ability to visualize the future. There are those who will say, this is the picture of the different ethnic groups in this country. I use the word ethnic because we keep pushing that. Yeah. So how do we move this nation forward if we are so torn at different points? All of us seemingly lacking the same thing.
Are you asking me?
We're winding down.
Thank you.
Particularly for 2018, what is it that you want to see that you want the government to work on?
Okay.
I wouldn't say government, everybody.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm so, I don't even know what to say, but let me say this to you. On this very program, before this government was inaugurated, we asked the question about expectations. And I said, I have none. You actually raised it. I said, I have none. But I have a simple demand. And what was the demand? That the campaign of 2000 and before the 2015 election was extremely divisive. They should spend time when they come in trying to cement the cracks of division. That the most important position should be that of the National Orientation Agency, whoever heads it, should be the most important, because what we need most is that reorientation. Let us begin to think of, you know what, this country belongs to all of us. How do we make it work? And that should go down to every single person. That was ignored. And we continued with the division. If you complain, you're a wailer. If you criticize, you're a hater. All sorts of new things came to continue to pull us apart. Now, a country or a house divided unto itself, how can it work? That's where to start. In 2018 is coming, the division will be worse. Why? It will be politics. The whole year would be politics. Politics divides us. Religion divides us. Tribe divides us. So what is the solution, you may ask me? 2014, confab. Boom. That is the drug. That drug will bring down the headache. If we begin to think, you know what, let Nyota stay, use the resources around him, do his thing, contribute to the strong center. And every other person is doing that. What he talked about will come back. That healthy competition. How come this man is getting on? I want to get on too. I begin to do something. But if we don't, and we concentrate power in the hands of one God in Abuja, my pessimism will not end.
Mr. Binijesu, maybe you can look at corruption, handling corruption in 2018.
If you don't mind, I would like to weigh in a little bit on the last...
Time. We have 30 seconds.
30 seconds, okay. I would say that it's very easy. Nations have done exactly what we're trying to do. Wisdom demands that you take a look at how other people have achieved it and do exactly the same. The one I'd like to recommend is the nation of Singapore. When Lee Kuan Yew came in his book, Third World to First World, in just 35 years, he did some amazing things. He came from the more dominant tribe of the Chinese. The Singaporeans have three nations, three main tribes, the Malays, the Indians, and the Chinese. When he came in, he said, in order to be able to bring an egalitarian and just society, even as an ethnic Chinese, I'm not going to impose my Chinese Mandarin as the preferred language on the country. They went for English. Everything they did until today, One of the most dominant things you see about that beautiful nation state of Singapore is that they've been able to deal with tribal agitations because there was sincerity in governance. Unfortunately, right from even the times past till now, we have not seen that measure of sincerity. With sincerity, we can do that.
Sincerity.
In 2 seconds. Please.
Well, what is clear is that we need to summon the political will, to restructure the country. When you look at our colonial master, in quote now, UK, you realize that they're still going through restructuring. People's wills is still being restructured. Scotland still wants to go in Spain.
So for you,
Catalonia wants to go. We need
for
to
you,
summon
it is restructuring.
in order to solve
We have to go.
Thank you so much, Mr. Biodun Showumi, a social commentator, Mr. Oscar Omudiwe, a legal practitioner, and Philip Igbinijesu, another legal practitioner. Thank you all for your contributions this morning. Sunrise will be back in a moment. I'll be looking at security.